Hello, everybody. Travis Simlinger here again from Progressive Coaching, located in Zurich, Switzerland. And today I want to talk more about how to create self-serving rules as opposed to self-defeating rules and some of the nuances involved in this. So this will be a follow-up video to the one that I posted yesterday, which I'll link to up here somewhere. So you really need to watch that to get the most out of today's session, for today's session to make sense to you. So I will continue from now on as if you have already watched that previous session, and I'll share my screen right now and get straight into it. So I want to give another example. So let's say that your value is vitality, and your rules for vitality, to experience vitality, to feel vitality, I have to have a body fat percentage of less than 6%. I have to run at least 10 kilometers per day, and I have to be in peak physical condition. And it would be impossible to feel vitality if I couldn't go to the gym because I was injured. Okay, that's that. So let's apply our criteria that we learnt in the previous session. So criteria for self-serving rules. So make sure all of your rules are. So are these rules within your control, first of all? Are they within your control? Body fat percentage of less than 6%, run 10 kilometers per day, be in peak physical condition. So I would say these are within our control. If we basically dedicated our life to this, then maybe we could achieve this. We are not reliant on someone else's opinion of us or for other people to act a certain way. So technically we are all good here. Okay, so they're within your control. And I will return to the point, what would make it impossible to feel vitality shortly. Okay, at the moment, I'm just referring to these three rules here. So within your control. Criteria for self-serving rule, are they achievable on a daily basis? Again, if we were extremely dedicated, then yes. Okay, do they help me to be the person I ultimately want to be? All right, so this depends. Yeah? If you want to dedicate your life to fitness, then yes. Okay, but 6% body fat, 6% body fat is no joke, and possibly not healthy to sustain permanently. And if you have other things happening in your life, like a family, like a job, like eating, for example, then these conditions may be too rigid. So adhering to these rules may take too much of your time and focus, and then other areas of your life will start to suffer. I mean, it takes a hell of a lot of work to maintain a body fat percentage like that. And if you live in the gym, how are you going to work? How are you going to go to your kids' birthday parties? How are you going to support your spouse, for example? So is it going to lead you to be the person you want to be? Obviously, you need to consider this very carefully and not in a vacuum. So possibly not, yeah? Got to think, how does this also affect other areas of your life? And finally, is it easy to achieve? Absolutely not. Okay, it's not easy to achieve. It's going to be extremely difficult to experience vitality with these rules. And if this is one of your top values, that means it's going to be very difficult to experience pleasure because of your draconian self-imposed rules. So this is where people can get a little confused here, because then they often say to me things like, but Trav, I have high standards. I just have really high standards. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But this is a key point. You can separate, or you must separate your goals from your values. They separate your goals from your values. They are two very different things. Otherwise, if you have to achieve this and you have to achieve that and you have to have 6% body fat and you have to run 10 kilometers per day, and then and only then will you achieve your value of vitality, then what you have done is you are living your life with a need to achieve in order to be happy. Okay, because your rule stipulates that only if I achieve this, and only if I achieve that, and only if I achieve things that are very difficult to achieve and almost impossible to maintain, then I will allow myself to be happy. I'm going to suggest that's a very hard way to live. By making your values easy to achieve, you can change the game. Instead of needing to achieve to be happy, you can happily achieve, which is a much higher standard, by the way. I'm going to repeat that because this is such a key point and a life-changing point if you have been living the other way for some time. Instead of needing to achieve to be happy, you happily achieve. Okay, and the difference that makes in the quality of a person's life, a quality of their emotional state, is it's a polar opposite reality, right? So you still have your goals. Your goal can be have a body fat percentage of less than 6%, be in a peak physical condition, run 10 kilometers per day. That's absolutely great. But your values need to be easy to achieve if you want to feel good consistently. And by feeling good consistently, you can happily achieve and be in a more resourceful state because you are not a miserable bastard, basically. Okay? So let's take a look at an example of some self-serving rules for vitality. And these are just examples. So I feel vitality anytime I nourish myself with healthy food. Okay, I feel vitality anytime I exercise, move around, go to the gym, go for a walk or a run, play with my kids, do some sport. I feel vitality whenever I have a cold shower. I feel vitality whenever I take control of my thoughts and act like the healthy person that I am becoming. I feel vitality whenever I sleep 8 hours per night, etc., etc., etc. Okay, now they fit the criteria, right? Because for most people, these rules would now be within your control, achievable on a daily basis, can help you be the person that you want to be, and are easy to achieve. These are not complex. And of course, as I said, these are just one example. You can have whatever rules work for you, and I'm suggesting that the criteria is the framework for that. But you have complete freedom within that framework, completely subjective. So now coming back to here, what would make it impossible to feel vitality? So previously, if I were injured, I couldn't feel any sense of vitality. This was the rule, which would mean then it's outside of my control. Because I'm injured, I can't control that. Now, because of my rule, I can't feel vitality. So the question becomes, how could you change that rule to feel a sense of vitality even if you were injured? The answer, drop that rule completely. It's self-imposed. You have that choice. Okay, to not feel vitality, actually, what I would have to do is to impose very strict rules on myself that didn't fit the criteria for self-serving rules, and I choose not to do that. Remember, we can still have our goals. I'm a huge believer in setting goals that are challenging and stretch us beyond what we thought we were capable of. So please don't misunderstand me. We don't need to fight with ourselves until we reach our goals. Otherwise, what often happens is we achieve our goals and it feels great for a minute or a day or a week. And then we start to think, Jesus, I sacrificed all of my happiness and I'm still not happy. And that's a pretty scary place to be. Most probably the reason for that is because you have rules not matching our self-serving criteria for your other values as well. Okay, so big distinction here. Don't make your values your goals. Okay, make your values achievable on a daily basis and make them easy to achieve and within your control. This way you will happily achieve your goals as opposed to needing to achieve in order to be happy. I hope that helps to clear up any misconceptions. You can apply this to any and all of your values, and I sincerely hope that you do that. I mean, having self-serving rules for feeling how you want to feel as opposed to self-defeating rules is one of the most liberating exercises that you can partake in and will serve you for a lifetime. If you want to reach out to me with the links, I'll put some links in the info section under the video. I can absolutely guide you through this process, or one of our German, Italian, or French-speaking coaches can guide you through if you prefer, or have a go at it yourself. This playlist will definitely help you to do that. And apart from that, please don't forget to give the video a like so that more people can see it and benefit from this content. I'd be thrilled and highly appreciative if you leave a short comment, as it feeds the Google algorithms and really helps more people to see it. And I look forward to interacting with you in the comments and posting a new video tomorrow. Thanks again. Cheers.